In this video, I'm going to take you on my journey to recycle all of this in Germany. You don't just throw it all in one bin, there is a process. Hey, I'm Jen from simplegermany.com, where we help expats settle into life in Germany more smoothly. So let's jump right into it. On our first stop for our trip, we're going to throw away plastic. Plastic goes in a very specific bin, which I'm going to show you. It's the yellow bin, and I'm going to show you downstairs when we go down. Second step we have is cardboard. As you can see here, we have cardboard like our egg container stuff and other paper that we have. We put that away. There are two types of cardboard in Germany. You have like your daily use one, your simple little ones, and there are the packages, the big boxes like these. This is not a big box, it's a medium box. We have bigger boxes. But in this case, you just don't throw this also down at your building. There's a very specific place to do it. Friends, always what is important to not be, how do you say this? Rude with people. You should always make your boxes flat. It's like I'm unboxing something, but I have nothing to unbox. Hold on. What a mess. Okay, so to not annoy people, you should always fold your boxes and make them flat. I'll teach you how to dispose of this as well. What else do we have here? Oh, we're also going to throw away old clothes. I'll teach you where to throw that. We'll also go and throw bottles. Bottles is also a process in its own. It's important that if you're going to throw bottles where they belong, you don't do it on a Sunday, because Sunday is a quiet day in Germany and you will hear how loud it is. So it's important to do it on a weekday or Saturday. Regarding bottles, there are two types of bottles, the bottles that you throw away and the bottles that are recycled. The recycled bottles are the ones that you get money back, the famous Pfand system in Germany. So to know if a bottle is recyclable or not, it's not that easy sometimes. For example, this one, you have to return it. However, if you zoom in here, okay, so this sentence here, which says Mehrweg Pfandflasche, is the one that's going to tell you that if you return it, you get money back. So here you have it on the back. Beer bottles generally are returnable. Also, you get money back. However, it's not that clear sometimes. And again, here you have, where did I see? Here. Here you have Pfandflasche, that it says that you get Pfand when you return the bottle. And the easy ones to spot is when they have this symbol. This one indicates to you very quickly that it's a Pfandable Flasche. Also here you see the symbol on this. Pfandable Flasche? Pfandable Flasche. Here, I just made that word up, Pfandable Flasche. So I'm going to show you where we can throw these as well. What else we got here? Oh, also electronics. Where do you throw your electronics away? Oh, watch out there. Oh, my camera woman there is with it. So for electronics, we have two different types. We have old batteries that we have used. We haven't thrown these away maybe in a year, I would say, because there's tons. I will teach you also where to throw these. And we have an old power bank that it's no longer working. And this one also has a specific place where we need to dispose of it. So we're going to pack all of this up. We're going to hit the road, and I'm going to teach you where to throw all of this garbage in Germany in a responsible, recyclable way. Let's go. And here we are at our courtyard, and here are our beautiful trash cans. As you can see, there are different colors for things. So let me show you how this works. Let me put this here, my bottles down. We don't need this now. So plastic. Let me put this down as well. So plastic goes into the yellow bin. If you're going to throw things here, usually you need to clean them out a bit before you just throw the trash so they are recycled. Don't be confused. The bin itself is black, but the top of the lid is what tells you the color. So in this case, it's yellow. Now for us to recycle stuff, here my camera woman can give me the other recycling. So in this case, we have two examples. Here in this one, it's a black bin with a blue cover, and this one is completely blue. And here, as you can say, it says only for, literally translated as old paper. So this is old paper, so we throw it. It's important to squish the things down so you also make space for the next neighbor that throws the trash. I have more cardboard that I need to throw away. So what we like to do is that we have this bag where we always put our cardboard in it, and then we just throw this here. Again, we push it. Hold on, because I dropped some stuff that's important to pick up, no? There's another piece. We push it, and wait, there's another piece in here. Yes, so cardboard, it's done. And then we take this with us upstairs again. Now remember, I didn't throw the Amazon box that it's there, because that one goes outside in other bins, which I'm going to show you. So, the one last thing I wanted to show you, we didn't have this kind of trash in our apartment today, but this is this kind of trash.
What is it called? Restmüll.
Exactly. So, so the restmüll is really the rest of the trash, literally translated. And here is where you throw all your remaining trash. So like when you cook, the things that you have from the kitchen. Now, there are certain parts of Germany or even some buildings that they even have a green, it's called a Grüntonne or a Brauntonne. Is that correct?
Biotonne.
Biotonne. And that one is either colored green or brown. Again, it could either be that it's all brown or just the top. And usually in those you put composable, discomposable things. How are they called?
Compostable?
Compostable things? I'm going to put the word down here.
Biodegradable?
Biodegradable stuff. So for example, your banana peels, anything that it's biodegradable, you can throw in those biotonnes. Other than that, the rest of the trash goes into the black containers. Now, let's go outside. I'm going to show you where we're going to throw the rest. So if your house does not have a courtyard like ours does, most likely they have something similar to this. So as you can see here, again, we have the yellow container, the blue container, and the black containers are usually behind this. In some houses, actually, you even get a key that you're able to open the lock and actually put the trash inside. We are now what is called a Trinkgut or a Trinkhalle, which is generally where you only buy drinks. Here, for example, we will return the beer bottles, and I think that's about it, and the fever tree, the tonic water that we had. So what happens, I'm going to show you, I'm going to return the bottles, I'm going to get a receipt, and that one I can cash in for dinero. So let's go to it. So we returned the beers and now we got a receipt, and this receipt tells me how much money I have. So either I can buy something in here and then I get minus €1.93, or I go to the cashier desk and they will give me this in cash, which is what I'm going to do because I don't need alcohol right now. Thank you. If you don't have a big Getränkemarkt or like a big market of drinks close to you, you can always come to your local supermarket and return these things. Usually, like I told you before, it's the one that has the Pfand symbol. They have machines, which I'm going to show you, that we just put this in, and at the end of it all, I get also a receipt, and with that, I can go to the cashier, either get my money back or that gets discounted for my purchase. So here we found the machines. Here we find the machines of Aldi. As you can see, here it's the same symbol that was on the bottle. Very important, this should be like they cannot be pressed. They need to be as when you drank them pretty much. So it's pretty straightforward. You put it in, tuck, another one, last one, and that's it. And then here you would usually have like a button or a green symbol. And that will give me my awesome receipt, which in this case is for 75 cents. So in any big city or also like small towns and villages, you will find specific places to throw things like big cardboard and bottles. As you can see here in our street in Düsseldorf, those things are located there, which we're going to go to. Come on. So as you can see, these three big containers, they are for paper. And you can read that it says paper pretty much. It's spelled with an E, right? But Papier and Pappe. And here, for example, we throw this box. Luckily, I think they emptied this quite recently because usually these are a little bit more full, or they're fuller. And sometimes people actually put things against the bin because it's just too much.
You shouldn't do that though.
Yeah, although you shouldn't do that, theoretically speaking. So if we continue here, here we find three different bins for bottles. So here we would throw what is brown glass, green glass, and white glass. So as I mentioned, I have my bottles here in my backpack. So the process goes like this. Oh, wait. So these are the old clothes. I'll throw that away later. I can probably give it to my camera woman here. Yes, so white glass, where was it here? So here you can also throw glass, like for example, like if you have, in this case, we had cornichos, which are kind of like pickles. What is important is that you need to clean the glass and take the lid off. You cannot throw the lid in here. So this again is also white glass. Here also we had some onion thingies. And here we had, I don't remember what it was. So more wine bottles, as you probably see, we like wine. So this is a brown glass. This is a green glass. So what's important, as you probably heard by now, this is very loud. So you should only do this between Monday and Saturday, or any day, and between Monday and Saturday before 10 p.m. Because otherwise, if you do it on Sunday, Germans will complain. I'll show. So this last container that you see here is for old clothes. This is pretty much to donate them. And what is important, as you can see here, is that you need to put the clothes inside of a bag, and the bag needs to be closed. If you're gonna donate shoes, they need to be tied by the laces, and obviously you cannot throw any food in here, right? So what we did is that we had old sport clothes that we don't use anymore, and we're gonna donate them. So we put them in a plastic bag. We need to close the bag. Hold on. Make a little knot. And then it's pretty straightforward. We open this, we put it here, and off it goes, hopefully, so someone else can use it. It's actually December here in Germany, which leads to Christmas season, yes. So most likely you're gonna be one of those lucky ones that get a Christmas tree that you can buy from any of the venues. And what do you do afterwards with your Christmas tree? Do you just throw it into the normal trash or what? Actually, no. Since we're in Germany, there is a process. So what happens is that between the 6th and 8th of January, a truck comes and collects all the Christmas trees of a neighborhood. This truck is organized by your local trash collection company. In the case of here in Düsseldorf, it's called Avista. And you can check which specific date it's for your neighborhood in a thing called Abfall calendar, which is like trash collection calendar. You can actually find this calendar online if you Google Abfall calendar and the name of the city. The other thing is that you could have received the Abfall calendar via post at the beginning of the year. So if you have that, you can also check in there, and there you will be able to see when they pick up the Christmas trees. We are here at a famous thing called DM, which is, what is DM? It's like a place where you...
It's a drug shop without drugs.
Yeah, you pretty much buy, well, it doesn't matter. What is DM?
Cosmetics.
It's a shop where you can buy all kinds of cosmetics like shampoo, soap, and all kinds of things. Another version of DM is called Rossmann. Oh my God, my glasses are tainting. But anyways, what we do in DM is we actually recycle the batteries. So we have here a little stack of batteries. Let me show you. And these we usually give here. You can give the batteries here in DM, Rossmann, or there are like big electronic shops like MediaMarkt or Saturn. They also receive these little electronic things. So come on, I'll show you. Oh wow, this is like super full. So as you can probably notice here, you can also return light bulbs. And these are, what is this? For plastic tubes for like shampoos and stuff. And you can also return small paper boxes. So what about things like paint, for example? So I had a colleague once ask me, like, where do I throw paint away, Jen? And I'm like, well, I don't know. And to be honest, I didn't really know the answer until I researched for this video here. So if you have paint, for example, you can return it to a thing called a Baumarkt. Baumarkt, as Germans would say. And that's pretty much brands like Obi, Bauhaus, what other big one?
Hornbach.
Yes, that's whatever she said. I'm going to write it down here. And these are pretty much places like Home Depot. That's the big brand in the US. And it's places where you can go buy stuff to build stuff. So they sell wood and all kinds of things. So paint, you can return it there. And how about things like mattresses and old furniture and stuff like that? Well, that you cannot throw it in any of the different containers I showed you today. So there's a thing called Sperrmüll. And Sperrmüll is pretty much the big things that you need to throw out. And you just can't because there's no containers in the place where you live. So in this case, you need to call your local trash collection company.
Or make an appointment online.
Or make an appointment online. And then what will happen is that they will set an appointment for your neighborhood, and then everyone is going to take all their old stuff out. So if you have been living in Germany for some time and you have seen that there are, for example, like old furniture and crazy stuff going on the streets, is because the Sperrmüll is going to come. And they come usually very early in the morning, and they take all that big trash and they collect it for you. Okay, so funny story to that actually is that especially in really good neighborhoods, people throw really good quality stuff. So some people actually like look through the trash. You know, they say other people's trash is other people's treasure, and because you might find a really good piece of furniture there, and some people get it for free and restore it, and then they have also furniture for themselves. So again, if you see trash on the street or people going through it, don't be surprised. It's just the whole Sperrmüll game that's happening. Game, it's not a game. The whole Sperrmüll process that's happening. Oh, let me show you one thing since we're recording here. Actually, here's a container that I talked about before, where it's called Restmüll. So that is the black one. It's like rest is like the remaining trash. And as you can see here, there's a key. So me as a foreign person, I cannot come and just throw my trash here because obviously I need to live in this building to have access to that key. And that's what these big things are. We were walking back home and we saw this here. So this, for example, it's an old TV and a printer. And here on the sign it says, "Attention Sperrmüll." We talked about Sperrmüll before. And this is not okay. So I assume that it's not a Sperrmüll day, because usually when Sperrmüll, remember this big trash collection company that comes, there's tons of other things outside as well. And here there's no one else. So my assumption here is that someone just left it here for someone to pick up eventually. So in this case, the TV and the printer should have been taken to a MediaMarkt or Saturn, which are the big electronic companies. They would have taken this happily. So friends, as people living in this beautiful country, it's also on us to make sure that we don't do the same thing that this person did and actually dispose of our trash properly. So friends, I hope you have learned something today on how to throw things away in Germany and how recycling works. I think the big takeaway is that everything has its place. Like, you need to really dispose of things properly. And if you have questions on where you need to throw things away, you can always ask in the comments below if we didn't answer that through this video. And I think the big rule as well in some cases is that you can always return things to where you bought them. So for example, little electronic things like keyboards, monitors, and things like that, or like external batteries as I showed you before, they can be returned to an electronic shop like MediaMarkt or Saturn. Things like paint and what other stuff does a Baumarkt take? Things like paint or glue containers or anything else toxic that you could have bought at this Baumarkt, you can return it there. And these are OB and Bauhaus, and these are OB and Bauhaus. Bottles, there are two types of recycling for bottles, the ones where you get money back and the ones where you don't, as we showed in this video. So again, if you have any questions or comments, make sure to leave them in the comments below. That's kind of redundant, but I hope it makes sense. Anyways, it's getting cold here in Germany because we're outside. Yeah, and make sure to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell if you like this kind of video and want to learn more about life in Germany. We look forward to talking to you next time. Cheers!